Title: The Psychology of Propaganda, How They Control Your Mind, ### hook. And Ian Karohu, re-scrolling your feed. A headline pops up that makes your blood boil. A video plays that confirms every single one of your suspicions. It feels like you're finally connecting the dots, like you're in on a secret everyone else is missing. But what if that feeling of discovery isn't yours? What if it was manufactured and delivered directly to you? Propaganda isn't just old-timey black and white posters of a distant enemy. That was Propaganda 1.0. Today, it's a sophisticated psychological game played on the most intimate territory imaginable. Your own mind. It has morphed from a simple tool of the state into a full-blown market, and its main product is your sense of certainty. See, modern propaganda doesn't force you to believe things. It's much smarter than that. It works by understanding your deepest cognitive biases, your emotional triggers, and that fundamental human need to belong, and then it weaponizes those traits against you. It's not about controlling facts. It's about controlling your asterisk. Reaction asterisk. To them, the people behind this, from political campaigns and foreign states to corporations and influencers, know that our brains hate complexity and crave quick, simple answers. So, how do they pull it off? What's in the modern playbook for controlling your thoughts? And, more importantly, how do you take back the controls? We're about to break down the key psychological tactics used to manipulate you every day. By the end of this, you won't just see the matrix, you'll know how to unplug from it. ###. Section 1. The emotional hijack. First up, and maybe the most powerful tool in the playbook, is the emotional hijack. If you've ever felt that sudden, intense jolt of anger or fear from a headline, you've felt this. This tactic is designed to completely bypass your rational brain. When you're emotionally charged, your ability to think critically takes a nosedive. And propagandists know this. They don't want you to think. They want you to feel fear, anger, hope, outrage. These are the levers they pull to make you react without thinking. The psychology here is primal. Our brains are hardwired to respond to threats and rewards instantly. An emotionally loaded headline or a shocking image is a shortcut that triggers a fight-or-flight response. Complex issues get flattened into simple, good versus evil stories. Think of headlines that scream words like destroy, outrageous, or everything you feared. They aren't written to inform you, they're engineered to provoke you. When you're furious at a faceless enemy or terrified for your family's safety, you're far more likely to accept the simple solution they offer in the very next sentence. You're also way more likely to share it, spreading that emotional fire to everyone you know. We see this all the time in political ads that frame opponents not as people with different ideas, but as existential threats to your entire way of life. It's in the sensationalized news that focuses on the most extreme, terrifying example of a trend, making it feel way more common than it actually is. The goal is always the same: get you so wrapped up in the emotion that you completely stop asking questions. So, what's the defense? It's deceptively simple. Just pause. When you feel that intense emotional spike from something you see, stop. Don't click. Don't share. Don't even fire off an angry comment. Pause. Recognize that feeling for what it is. A deliberate attempt to hijack your rational mind. Ask yourself, why does this asterisk want me to be angry? What's the goal of making me afraid? By taking a beat to reflect on the intent behind the message, you are re-engaging your critical thinking. You're switching from being a passive emotional target to an active analyst. That pause is your superpower. ###. Section 2. The algorithmic Tiko Sikemigi Haronex Teke Sikemi Haronex. But just as dangerous. Trapping you inside an algorithmic echo chamber. This is where your own brain's natural tendencies get supercharged by technology. This tactic weaponizes a basic cognitive bias we all have. Confirmation bias. That's our natural tendency to look for, believe, and remember information that already fits with what we think. We all do it. Just feels good to be right. The problem is, social media platforms are basically designed to exploit this feeling on a massive scale. The algorithms on sites like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook don't really care about what's true. They care about what will keep you watching. And what do we love to watch? Stuff that tells us we were right all along. Here's the loop. You watch one video that aligns with your views. The algorithm notices. It then serves you another, maybe slightly more extreme, video on the same topic. You click again and again. Before you know it, your entire feed is a custom-built reality, a personal bubble where your beliefs aren't just confirmed, they're amplified and intensified. Dissenting opinions gone. Nuance erased. This creates the illusion that either your viewpoint is the only one that matters, or that your small group is the last pocket of truth in a crazy world. Both are incredibly powerful feelings. That's the echo chamber. And inside it, misinformation spreads like wildfire because there's nothing there to challenge it. People you disagree with are no longer just people with different opinions. They become the other, a misinformed, maybe even evil group. Why? Because you never see their reasonable arguments. Only the most extreme, cartoonish versions of their beliefs. This is what drives us apart and makes real conversation feel impossible. The way out is to consciously break the algorithm. You have to become an active, not a passive, consumer of information. Make it a habit to actively seek out credible sources you know you'll disagree with. Follow respected journalists or publications from across the political spectrum. Try using non-algorithmic news sources, like news aggregators, that show you headlines from tons of different outlets. And when you see a claim that perfectly confirms everything you believe, get extra suspicious. Take 30 seconds to Google it on a fact-checking website. The only way to pop the filter bubble is to diversify your information. Diet ## section 3. The illusion of CO and SENSUSD third tactic is all about manufacturing a fake reality. The illusion of consensus. It has pulled off with a one-two punch. The big lie and the fire hose of falsehood. The big lie is an old propaganda trick, but the internet gave it rocket fuel. The core idea is that if you repeat a lie that is huge and audacious enough, and you just keep repeating it, people will eventually start to accept it as truth. Our brains have this little glitch called the illusory truth effect. The more we hear something, the truer it feels, even if we know it's false. Repetition makes things feel familiar, and our brain often mistakes what's familiar for what's accurate. This is where the fire hose of falsehood comes in. This is a modern propaganda strategy that involves blasting the internet with a massive volume of messages across every channel, all at once. The goal isn't even to make you believe one specific lie. It's to completely overwhelm your ability to think critically. By flooding social media with armies of bots, trolls, and fake accounts, all repeating the same narrative, it creates the illusion of a huge grassroots movement. It makes a fringe opinion look like the will of the people. This preys on another one of our biases. The bandwagon effect. We are social animals with a deep need to fit in. When it looks like everyone is saying something, it takes real mental effort and social courage to disagree. Then, trolls will attack anyone who questions the manufactured consensus, scaring everyone else into silence. The end result is that a small number of dedicated operators, amplified by bots, can control the entire conversation. The solution is to level up your media literacy and learn to spot the fakes. Before you buy into a trending narrative, ask yourself, who is actually pushing this? Look at the accounts. Are they brand new? Do they post 50 times a day using the exact same robotic language? Do they only ever talk about one thing? These are classic signs of bots and trolls. Try to trace the claim back to its original source. Is it a real news organization with a history of accountability? Or some anonymous blog that popped up last week? Being a digital detective isn't just a hobby anymore. It's an act of intellectual self-defense. ### CO and CLU Zioenda. Emotional hijack, the algorithmic echo chamber, and the illusion of consensus. These are the core plays being run in the psychological warfare for your attention every single day. They work by exploiting the very wiring of your brain, your love of simplicity, your need for validation, and your instinct to follow the herd. But here's the most important part. Once you see the machine, it starts to lose its power over you. The goal isn't to become a cynic who trusts nothing. The goal is to become a critical thinker who questions everything. Asterisk, especially asterisk, the things that feel the most certain and emotionally satisfying. The most dangerous propaganda isn't the stuff that makes you think. It's the stuff that tells you asterisk what asterisk to think. Reclaiming your mind requires conscious effort. It means pausing before you share. It means actively seeking out different perspectives, and it means questioning where the stories you hear are really coming from. Awareness is your armor. By understanding the psychology of how they try to control your mind, you give yourself the one thing they can't manipulate, a mind that thinks for itself. #CTAWHICH. Of these tactics, have you seen the most online? The emotional headlines, the echo chambers, or the armies of bots? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to keep learning how to protect your mind and navigate our complex information world, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell.